Hey, what's going on YouTube? I am back from my trip to Maui, and in this video, I'm going to share with you guys my experience while on the island during this time of COVID restrictions, as well as go over how I booked my flight, as well as my hotel, because I know a lot of you guys have been asking for that. Now, first of all, my name is Will. I go over Travel Reward credit cards to help you guys travel more without breaking the bank. So if that's something that you're interested in, be sure to hit that little red subscribe button for more videos. First of all, I want to quickly go over what it's like to travel to Hawaii right now and what it's like on the island. So before even traveling to the island, you do have to set up a profile on their travel website and just put in basic information about your trip, your flight number, what hotel you're staying at, how long you're gonna be there, and all that type of stuff. And then you do have to have a negative COVID test prior to actually flying. 72 hours prior to flying, you have to have those results in. And you can just go to Walgreens and get a test there. It usually takes within 24 hours. I literally got my test results back in 1 hour after taking it. So if you're looking to book that, Walgreens is probably gonna be your best bet if you have one near you. Now, once you get to the island, you have to present those negative test results. Once you get off the plane at the airport, if you're renting a car, you'll have to present it to them as well. And then once you get to your hotel, you'll have to present those test results again to your hotel. And I imagine if you don't have this negative test results, then they're pretty much going to force you to quarantine, I think for 10 to 14 days. So you definitely want to be sure you have that, try to stay away from too many people prior to actually traveling, because you don't want to be on Hawaii, locked in a hotel room. But other than that, once I got to Hawaii, the island was pretty much wide open. I don't think I ran into any restaurants that were actually closed. At the time of this video, a lot of the indoor dining was kind of limited for the most part. So there were a lot of places where you couldn't eat indoors. You had to get it to go or use their outdoor seating or something like that. But Maui is pretty good for that. They have really great temperature pretty much year round. So outdoor seating is not uncommon. And Maui is a huge food truck type of place. So food trucks everywhere, lots of seating outside. So overall, we had a pretty good time, other than having to wear my mask when out in public. That was pretty much the only downside, but you quickly get over that. I mean, it's really only when you're indoors and maybe kind of walking past people, you want to put your mask up and stuff like that. When you're on the beach, you don't have to wear your mask, so don't even worry about that. But all of my activities that I wanted to do were open: whale watching, snorkeling, all that was handled very well, while I was on Hawaii. So again, if you're trying to go within the next few months, I definitely recommend, don't be afraid of these COVID restrictions. All right, so now let's go ahead and talk about how we booked everything for this trip. And let's go ahead and go over the airline tickets first. So we did fly Delta from Atlanta, and we had a little layover in LAX for a couple of hours, and we actually paid cash for this. It cost us roughly $530 per ticket. So really not too bad. It usually costs about $850, but with COVID, a lot of airline tickets are pretty cheap. But the reason that we didn't use our points and miles, which we could have, was because we had some other credit card benefits that we needed to use before the end of 2020, or else we would lose them. And that is the Amex Airline incidental fee credit of $200. So my wife has the platinum card, I had the platinum card. So we did use that in order to reduce our tickets down to roughly $325. So really not too bad. We could have used points and miles, but we really wanted to take advantage of these credit card benefits. Now, technically, these airline fee credits aren't supposed to actually work for your actual ticket, but there are some workarounds and hacks that you can do. And I've done a completely separate video on that, and I don't want to go over it in this video, it'll just take too long, but I'll link that video up here if you want to check it out. Oh, and I forgot to mention that $535 was for basic economy. So we couldn't actually choose our seat at the time of booking, but you can choose your seat within a week of your flight. So that's what we did. We did have to pay, I believe, an extra $20 or $30 for each leg of the trip. So in order to do that, we did use our Amex Platinum card again to use the airline credit now that we're in 2021, because it does reset. So we are milking that credit as much as possible. All right, so now I'm going to talk about the hotels that we stayed at during our 7-day trip. And we stayed at 2 different hotels. So the first one was the Marriott Maui Ocean Club in Lahaina. And this is a Marriott Vacation Club property, meaning it's one of Marriott's timeshare property. So some of the rooms could be a little different than what you would typically see in a hotel or resort. So we had a 1-bedroom suite, which included a king-size bed, a sofa bed, 2 separate bathrooms, an ocean view with 2 separate balcony. So a nice sized room, definitely good if you have families, or even if you want to travel with friends, you can definitely sleep someone on the sofa bed. In addition to all that, it had pretty much almost a full-size kitchen, everything but the stove and oven. So a full-size refrigerator, microwave, blender, toaster, dishwasher, and dishes. It had all that stuff available for you in the room, which is a huge plus for us. We definitely took advantage of it by buying some groceries for breakfast, and of course, filling it with alcohol. Now, in terms of the rest of the hotel, really nothing too fancy here. So they do have a very nice swimming pool, and it is right alongside the beach. But that's pretty much where the benefits end. You're not gonna get that luxury feeling staying at this hotel. If you want that type of service and that nice fancy property, definitely try the Westin, a few hotels up the beach. Now let's go and talk about how we paid for this room, and you guys are gonna be a little bit disappointed in me, but we did pay cash for this. But we got a really, really good deal. So typically this room goes for $2,800 for 5 nights, just like we stayed there. So it's roughly $500 per night, not including the taxes. But we only paid $1,300. And the way that we did this is that we signed up for the Marriott timeshare presentation back in 2019, the last time we were in Hawaii. So all we had to do was say that we would come back to the island, listen to their sales pitch for timeshare, and they gave us this heavily discounted rate for the hotel room. So if you want to do something like this, just give Marriott Vacation Club a call, see if you're eligible for any of their deals such as this, and you might be able to get the same thing. All right, so let's go and move on to the second hotel that we stayed at, and that is going to be the Hilton Grand Wailea, which is a Waldorf Astoria in the Wailea area of Maui. So this is the very south end of the island. Now, the Wailea area is a very newer and more upscale area of the island for sure. Definitely compared to Lahaina and Kaanapali. As soon as you pull into that Wailea resort area, the landscaping just reeks of money, guys. You can just tell this is a very fancy little area. In terms of the Grand Wailea, where we stayed at, so we had a king size bed, very standard room, nothing too special here. It had a balcony, king size bed, nice size bathroom, ocean view. So it was definitely a great room here. Nothing negative to say about it, other than my wife didn't get a robe. She was kind of disappointed that a Waldorf wasn't giving out robes, but I guess it's Hawaii. Maybe you just don't need it, I guess. Now, in terms of the grounds and the property itself, it's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. I mean, it was pretty much really night and day compared to the Marriott that we stayed at. So it was very, very lovely, nice sized pools, really great service, poolside service. So we definitely had a really good time. The only negative I would say about it is that it's so far away from the beach. You have to walk a long way from your hotel room to get to the beach. That's the only negative, but not really a huge deal. They have free beach chairs, and it was just a really good time. I am a Diamond member, so we did get free breakfast. And you actually got a $20 allowance per person for breakfast every morning, which was more than enough to cover like really a full breakfast. We had pancakes, eggs, sausage, and coffee for 19 bucks. So definitely pretty good for a hotel, to be honest. And yeah, again, like I said, if you are a Diamond member, you have the Hilton Aspire card, definitely consider throwing this hotel on your possibilities. It's really, really nice. Now, in terms of how we pay for this, I use points, guys. I use points. Yes, the credit card guy with the YouTube channel finally used points. So this hotel typically costs $95,000 for a standard room rate. So because it had that standard room rate, I was able to use my free night certificates that I had with my Aspire card. So as you guys probably know, I got rid of my Aspire card at the beginning of 2020, but the free night certificates, they extended them, their use since of COVID back into 2021. So I had 2 of them. I had one for my credit card, and magically I had a second one just appear in my email one day earlier this year. No joke, it just magically appeared. I don't know why I got it or anything like that. I just magically had 2 free night certificates. I used both of those certificates for the hotel room. Now, if you were to pay cash for this, it would have been almost $1,400, including all the taxes and resort fees. So definitely got us a pretty good deal. So $1,400 for a card that I got rid of last year is definitely a great little benefit that just keeps on going, right? The only thing that we had to pay for was the parking, which was stupid expensive, guys. So the Hilton or the Grand Wailea Valet parking is $65 a day. So just keep that in mind. All right, so other than that, we did rent a car, which we did use points on the Chase Travel Portal for. Nothing too sexy about that. I just wanted to mention it, but that's pretty much it, guys. Those are the hotels that we stayed at during this trip. If you're asking me which hotels I like best on Maui, I have stayed at a lot of them. So Grand Wailea is probably my second favorite. I think I like the Marriott Wailea a little bit better. The Westin in Kaanapali is also a very nice hotel resort. They just renovated that hotel as well, so you'll definitely get some nice newer rooms if you want to stay up in that area. Definitely probably wouldn't stay at that Marriott that I stayed in again. And if you can afford the Andes is a beautiful hotel down in Wailea. The only problem is that they don't accept points ever, so you will have to pay out of pocket, and those hotel rooms go for like $600 per night. And that's my phone ringing, but that'll cut it there, guys. Thanks for watching, guys. Be sure to smash that like button. Free and easy way to support the channel, and I would greatly appreciate it. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.